Okay. We saw Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunter. If you seem a bit agitated, it's because Kay is so stupid she can't even work an idiot-proof camera. But beyond that, the movie itself stars
Jeremy Renner
and some other chick fighting witches. And pretty much just based on that plot summary and knowing that it's based on the Hansel and Gretel thing, just think to yourself for 5 seconds, what are the plot beats of this movie? You're right. It is incredibly predictable.
Here's how I sum up this movie. You know, whenever you're like in a movie or a television show or something where you have your hack movie producers, your hack idiot movie producers, and they want to come up with some big Hollywood blockbuster thing.
Is there such thing as a producer that's not a hack?
No, just follow me on the example here. Like,
stereotypical.
He has the examples like, what can we turn into a big budget stupid action movie? Well, I know. We'll do Hansel and Gretel. And you know that joke, and we thought it's all a joke? No, that's not a joke. They actually did it. It's this movie. Literally, the whole thing. Literally, the very premise of the thing is a joke. I saw the proof posters. I saw the movie poster one day, and I was like, this is not real. You know?
Yeah, a couple days ago, I saw the chick was posting on Twitter saying that she saw a TV spot for it, and she was like, wait, so this is actually happening?
Yeah. This is a real thing. They did this movie. They made this movie. They spent money on it.
Yeah. When I saw the trailer, my first thought was, I didn't think Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter did that well.
Seriously.
It was awesome, but I don't think it did well enough at the box office to merit getting ripped off.
I thought it was supposed to be like, it didn't even occur to me. I thought it was actually supposed to be like a take on all those like, really like, it was really like, quick, low budget, like, fairy tale type things, like the Red Riding Hood movie that came out.
Well, when I first started and they saw had all those milk cartons with the kids with pictures, my first thought was that, hey, this is going to be a silly fantasy movie like Princess Bride or something. No.
I know.
It's like they couldn't decide whether they wanted to go with silly fantasy movie or goofy over-the-top action movie.
So they did both.
Or Django Unchained with witches. There was a lot of blood in that.
There was a lot. There was squishing and beheading and shooting people in the face.
Yeah.
How did you take it back where they actually dropped an F-bomb?
Really?
They were dropping F-bombs left and right.
Yeah,
No, not really.
Yeah, every single line that Gretel said had the word fuck in it.
Which should probably bring us to plot. Which should probably bring us to plot and character.
Well, we already described the plot. It's what you think it is. Characters are what you think they are.
No.
Hey, I liked Jeremy Renner.
I liked Bert.
Bert the Troll.
Bert the Troll. His name isn't actually Bert, but I started calling him Bert in the theater, and then he said his real name, and I was like, nah, Bert's better.
So, yeah, and so.
What did you like about the movie?
I liked the practical effects.
I thought it was very well choreographed. It was very over the top and for fun.
Well, the action scenes weren't. They
weren't terrible.
There was nothing new, but there wasn't.
Bored for most of it.
Well, let's talk about the action scenes for a minute. Okay, these are some of the most impractical weapons. I don't know what kind of.
They kind of look like Hansel looks like he's using a blunderbuss, but it's like.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah, but you know, I did like that line that one guy said. Is like, she asked if he was a good shot. He said, no, that's why he's a shotgun. So, speaking of good shots, Hansel and Gretel are not good shots.
No, they're not.
You're supposed to shoot where they're going, not where they are. I mean, they're going in a straight line. You should be able to hit them. Because you start shooting in front of them and go this way. You don't shoot behind them and chase them with the bullets.
Magic. This is not Nintendo logic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they have the most impractical weapons. Okay, fine, a Gatling gun or repeating pistol and whatever time is supposed to be fine. Whatever, I'll take it because we haven't specified time yet.
And also because they do have insulin shots and a makeshift defibrillator.
I don't think it's supposed to be a defibrillator.
It's a taser. My point. What the hell are they doing with tasers?
Well, apparently,
tasing people.
I don't know how, because this movie, which I assume is set in somewhere like the 17th century, Middle Age-ish kind of place, and where in the Middle Age-ish kind of time, they figured that blood carries bad things. They didn't know that you can restart the heart via electricity. So why would she think to put the taser into Bert's heart to start it again?
I don't know.
Is it because her mommy was a grand white witch?
And she just knows immediately the basic first aid that so many others have taken for granted, but white witches have somehow.
I have no idea. It's movie logic.
But no,
Go with it.
See, no, it's more impractical. I actually see that didn't bother me that much. What really did bother me was like what bothered me was like when she's like at the big final fight scene where she gets this crossbow, and the thing immediately splits into two separate crossbows.
That was kind of cool.
That was cool, but
I like the whip chain thing.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Immediately I'm going like, come the F on.
Yeah.
When would you ever need something like that?
When you had wishes running at you from either side.
Yeah, but but it was like a very, because you'd have to know exactly where those two things are pointing. You'd have to know exactly where they are, and they would have to be exactly perpendicular to the shot. Why would you ever need that?
Well, she needed it.
It was.
In that very impractical, in that very unlikely situation.
Movie logic. It's like James Bond's gadgets. Everyone can only be used in one very specific case.
I also like how it's supposed to be sometime, I guess, in the Renaissance, sometime during the witch hunting hysteria, yet somehow they have Gatling guns.
Yes.
They weren't invented till Civil War era.
And not only that, they not only have Gatling guns, they had push-button Gatling guns.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure, I'm not that much of an expert on
I think
Civil
that
War.
was all supposed to be like a tribute to, or it's supposed to add towards when they were trying to, towards the goofy action scene part of it. But, again, they couldn't decide whether they wanted to be a silly fantasy or a goofy action, so they tried to do best of both worlds, and I didn't want it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't hate it. I would
wasn't-
recommend, if you want to see it, I would rent it once.
One thing I do realize though, because I watched Last Stand, and Peter Stormare in that film didn't fit because he's weird. He's a Swedish actor. He has a very strong accent. For people who don't know, he's the head nihilist in The Big Lebowski.
He's the stereotypical Russian in every movie that needs a stereotypical Russian.
Well, stereotypical evil European guy. If you need an evil villain guy from Europe somewhere, he will play it.
Hey, he wasn't an evil villain guy in Godzilla. He was a good guy.
What?
Did he play that? He was that French guy, wasn't he?
No,
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, it was.
No.
Was it Jean Reno? Yes, it was Jean Reno.
It was.
Oh, there's a Flying Force, and that's Jean Reno.
That's
Yeah,
right.
no, he's the
They
one.
look the same.
He was in Big Lebowski. I think he was the Russian in Armageddon. He always.
No, that was John Reno.
No?
No, it was.
That
Because
was-
I'm telling you, they look the same.
Well, how about, just think about this. Jean Reno plays French people, and Peter
Peter Stormare.
plays Russian guy.
Eastern European.
It's actually funny, in The Last Stand, he doesn't even try. He isn't even trying at any kind of a European accent. I don't know what, when he first starts talking, he's talking in this very I am a Russian guy trying to do a country hillbilly accent, but I don't really know it, so I'm just gonna, and I thought he was doing that to try to fool Arnold. But then as the movie keeps going, he keeps doing it, even when there's no reason. So I'm thinking, is Peter Stormare really trying to do an American
I
accent?
think he's trying to not give a shit.
He's trying to get his paycheck.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he's
He's
the,
like, this movie's gonna be released in January. Who the hell cares?
yeah, but he's the side villain in Hansel and Gretel, and he's amazing. That he does exactly what you think he's gonna do, just be a jerk.
Yeah.
He gets killed off.
Gets
About
killed off
halfway through.
in the most awesome, glorious way possible.
He gets killed by Birth Patrol, my favorite character.
Edward, by the way, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny too. I giggled. His name is Edward.
I don't know. I thought it was just kind of I thought it was funny, and then it seemed like a kind of like a.
Yeah, every time somebody said Edward, I was like, who? Oh, Bert. Oh, Bert.
It was just really funny
But
because
Bert, Gretel,
Who the fuck is Edward? Yeah, that was kind of. Yeah. No, in defense of the Hansel, Mia isn't the boring chick.
Yeah, I think
I don't think it was supposed to be a romance. She was kind of a booty call.
Yeah, maybe. Well, look, she died for him.
Yeah, well, she's a white witch. That's what they do. Sacrifice.
I think it was supposed to be romantic. It just didn't work because the actors had no chemistry and the writing was awful.
so let's just kill her off and try to milk her to death for
Something.
something. Yeah.
I like general.
Oh, you did like.
I liked him. I didn't like her, but I don't like most females.
I didn't like any of them. They're all blonde.
And then the little.
What really annoyed me is that the story itself focuses more on Gretel than Hansel, but when it came to the big climactic action scene, all of a sudden Hansel was the star.
Yeah, that was kind of the whole diabetes thing was kind of not done well.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that they put it in there because if you're being fed for months sugar only, you're gonna get sick.
Yeah.
It's gonna have some lasting effects.
Yeah.
But
Which makes-
I kind of want to. But I knew when I first said when I thought he did that, I was like, what is he, like a drug addict? And then he says that he needs to take the injection or he'll die because
Like-
he's got the sugar disease.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but
oh, yeah, and during the climax, he's gonna start going through insulin shock, and he's gonna. Well,
yeah, but it doesn't come on that suddenly. He was fine 1 minute, and then he's seizing, and then he gets a shot, and he's fine again.
Yeah.
Like, I think diabetics can go a while, right?
Yeah.
Shots, right?
Yes,
They
they
only do,
shouldn't.
like one a day.
No. It depends on. You got to check your sugar like 3 times a day or something like that, and then you adjust your dosage
I
accordingly.
know someone who has diabetes, and it's type A. I think it's like type. It's
Type 1.
It's type 1. I don't think they need the injection. I'm not sure how that works.
That would be type 2.
Type
Type 1 is
2.
the one that needs the injection.
Yeah, type. He's type 2, and he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't take the injections though. But I mean, he can. I think he can.
Yeah, it comes on gradually as your sugar declines
Yeah, it's not just.
or builds.
I'm fine. It's like, oh no, and then. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Yeah, that was my problem with that particular subplot.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't really add anything.
No.
It was just there to be a bit of forced tension.
It was actually. I thought it was a pretty interesting idea.
Yeah, they had a lot of interesting ideas. They just never followed through.
Ben should have killed the witch.
That would have been cool when he shot her. That's what I was hoping for when she was coming through the woods. I was thinking, oh, the little nerdy boy's gonna kill her.
You know who Ben reminded me of? He reminded me of 2 characters from last year: Deputy So and So and Agent Coulson.
Or from
Yeah.
Adventures.
Because he's a fanboy.
Agent Coulson isn't just from the Avengers.
I don't know. He seemed more like a stalker almost. A little
Well,
bit.
Ben, yeah.
Just like a little bit, like near the end.
Very.
In the middle of that part where he's like, I have all your stuff. It's like,
Oh, they were suitably creeped out by him.
The 2 that seem to have the most romantic chemistry, going back to that, not counting Bert and Gretel, new OTP,
one true
was
shot.
Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah, that
When
was
I saw
kind
them,
of.
I was like,
Ugh.
they've been fucking.
That's disturbing.
That scene where like they meet in that one cabin. And it's like she jumps on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's that one moment where
That's very
she's
awkward.
a little too close.
It's like
Yeah.
they're siblings, right?
I think aren't they supposed to be, I don't know, are they supposed to be twins or not? Because they kind of look the same age in the beginning, and then later they
It's
don't.
never said.
Yeah.
He looks older. He looks at least like 10 years older than her.
But when when the movie starts, she looks older than him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all that sugar had aged him.
Where were the breadcrumbs? You have Hansel and Gretel.
They changed the whole freaking movie because, it's the stepmom who makes him take the kids out to the woods.
But no, this one,
It's their saintly mother.
it's their saintly white witch mother who
And wants to protect them.
protects them. But then, actually, the funny thing, I'm going to be going to way spoilers here, but it's not really.
He's pretty much spoiled the whole movie already, and anyway, there's no such thing as spoilers for this movie because every plot twist is telegraphed a mile off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the very end, like, all of a sudden, like, they're in the desert. I actually thought that was a good idea. I kind of wish that was the movie.
Yeah.
That last 30 seconds was the best part of the whole movie.
Because it was like, because like, I saw...
Though I did have a moment of terror. I was like, oh dear God, did we just sit through an hour and a half long prologue?
Oh, God.
No.
There's 3 hours to go!
Mystery Science Theater had the same thing, where it's like they're halfway through a movie, and I was like, oh, guys, I just thought of something. What if this is all the pre-credit sequence?
Oh, I'm going to kill myself.
Oh God, but yeah, that last part in the desert, like, because here's the thing. I mean, the movie's already happened, all stuff's wrapping up, and all of a sudden we get Hansel and Gretel and their team now. I'm not going to say who's part of the team, but their team walking through the desert. Like,
Ben and Edward.
that a team is walking through some desert. I
And
think
Ben's got his hair all spiked up.
it looks like the Mojave. So I don't know, but it looks like California Mojave. I don't know
How
what
did
it
they
is.
find a desert when they were in Holland?
See, that would have been a much better movie because we could have started there, and then we could have said like they've been going around all of Europe, and all of a sudden now they're coming into a desert environment. We don't know who this witch
But
is.
no, for most of it they were pretty much in Holland, and then all of a sudden, desert.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I mean, like them in the desert somewhere and fighting ones. That would probably would have been cooler.
Yes. It would have. It would. There's a lot of things that would have made this movie cooler.
If they'd settled on a town.
Yeah, if they had better writers. But I mean, nobody acted badly in this film. I mean, Mia was boring, but
Yeah, she was pretty like.
she was there to be pretty.
Like that one line where she was like, what was it? She was the critter consumption curse. I hate that one.
Oh yeah, it was the
When the guy exploded.
the need to consume crawling things curse.
The way she did it was very monotone. It was like the need to consume crawling things.
I hate
that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh look,
Shiny.
we're filming, man. We're filming.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it seems like for the first hour, like, actually, no, I'm gonna say that all of their dialogue is just expository BS.
Yeah.
It's like it's all like, oh yeah, this is how you witch hunt. Because like I don't know, like sometimes you'll like see like like it's almost like a joke almost. The heroes like they walk in there and it's like people are all fascinated. So like like you walk into a place and everyone's fascinated with you because they've heard you doing all those cool things. So then maybe you'll start bragging about all the cool stuff you did. And you'll talk about how you do it. Well, that's kind of what it feels like. It just feels like.
Yeah. It kind of makes me wonder because Jeremy Renner is an Academy Award nominated actor.
It's a hard one, wasn't he?
Yes.
I've not seen that movie.
It's a good movie.
It is.
There was one plot twist I expected to happen, but didn't. I expected them to encounter their parents and be all pissy, like, you abandoned us, and then try to explain.
They just kind of wrote that off.
But no, they've been dead the whole time.
Yeah, I saw that one
They
coming.
were saintly.
Yes.
I think that would have been.
But yeah, that's the kind of movie where you look at the people who are in it and you think, what was going on in their life when they were sent this script that made them think, oh, I need to do this movie.
Well, Jeremy Renner has decided to take a break from acting.
Maybe this is why.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, I've done this movie. I did a movie for the paycheck.
Need a break.
I need a break.
Need to take a shower.
You stay in there, Jeremy, because actors sometimes they get out of the game and then people forget them. You gotta keep going on. I mean,
Well, he's Hawkeye. Nobody's gonna forget him. And then he did Mission Impossible, and
Not Mission Impossible, just Born Legacy.
he was in Mission Impossible.
I haven't seen any of the Mission Impossible movies.
Seen the first and the second one.
I didn't bother with the third one.
Yeah.
But yeah, say
You've lost your train of thought.
I've lost my train of thought.
That kind of sums up the whole movie. You're like,
Oh yeah,
oh.
I know what I was to say. What the hell? What the hell did Famke Janssen take this role?
Yes! I was
She
wondering.
wanted to be an evil bitch.
Well, she already did that. She did that in Last Stand.
Goldeneye.
And Goldeneye, yeah. She played
She was in the last which one?
the X-Men
Oh, the
movie.
X-Men Last Stand. Okay.
Yeah, she was Phoenix. And before that, she was Jane Grey, the incredibly boring love interest.
Maybe she took this role for the same reason Kate Blanchett took the role of Galadriel. Where in Galadriel, in her case, it was because she always wanted pointy ears. Maybe Famke Janssen always wanted the hooky nose.
That must be it. And those strange blue contacts that made me want to just poke them in the eyes.
Not subtle.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
did actually like the witch design in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the makeup effects. I like the fact it kind of harkens back to Raimi's Evil Dead.
The short-haired one, her short-haired friend.
Yeah.
She kind of looked like Billy Joel Armstrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
She looked kind of like this.
When I first saw her, I thought it was like
She kind of looked like
dude.
like a tree
Dude,
stump.
right?
She looked like she was hacked off at the top.
Like some punk rocker chick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually did. Again, I did like their designs. I like especially that one scene like where they're all like under the blood. They're getting ready for the blood moon. It's like you see all these witches from around the world.
Oh, did you see the couple shots? They had a couple shots of who I think might have been the Goblin King's twin sister.
Oh yeah, with the thing.
Big giant cyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, oh my god, what is that? Isn't that disgusting? I think she's carrying her baby in her jowls.
I really think it was the Goblin King in Hollywood and cool if he was played by an actual actor.
He was played by an actual
No, I
actor.
mean, like not CG. Like,
He wasn't CG, he was motion capture.
I mean, you know what I mean.
Like he was just in makeup.
I think he would have been cooler if he was played by David Bowie.
Okay.
If he just, they all come up and he's there, and I'm stealing this joke from a comic book, whatever, is that they all come up and he's like, you remind me of the Babe.
What babe?
Babe with power.
What power?
Power of voodoo.
Hoodoo.
Voodoo.
Remind me of the babe.
You're the Babe.
Like this
Just
babe
turns around,
could
he got
do.
something, got a piece of paper taped to his chest as David Bowie.
Oh, on a completely unrelated note, and a completely non sequitur portion. You ever seen that commercial yet of Buzz Lightyear walking around Disneyland?
Oh, I hate that commercial!
Well, no, because he goes on his radio and he's like, Shark Command, I'm detecting high levels of happiness. And I just imagine someone else getting on the computer like, Commander Lightyear, you cannot detect happiness. Please, like,
It was like, how are you detecting that? Are you looking at people and seeing big smiles?
it's happiness, I'm sure of it. Commander Lightyear, please get off this frequency. We reserve it only for emergencies.
Yeah, every time I see that commercial of what I think to myself is, Tim Allen, come on, man. You're a funny guy. Come on, do something. You don't have to do this with your life.
Do Galaxy Quest again. I want to see.
That was a good movie.
Galaxy
I want
Quest.
to see a sequel to Galaxy Quest. Tim Allen.
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen.
But when I went pee from boredom, which apparently is actually a thing, I thought that was just a joke of Scott Pilgrim. But nope, I was bored. I wanted to escape the movie. I went pee. They had a big sign in there for the autistic-friendly movie screenings, and apparently it's the lights are up and the sound is down, yeah, but also you can move around and talk during the movie. And I was like, oh, we should go to one of those.
No, thank you. I don't like doing it when it's just the four of us in the theater. I don't like sitting there and talking to people, listening to you guys talk.
I've watched too much Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah, I noticed that about you. But it's okay. I endure.
And who got you? Yeah.
But,
That was literally my life in 10th grade. Was literally like just going on Sci-Fi Network and actually getting. In fact, we only had the VHS tapes, so I would literally just get a bunch of VHS tapes and tape them. And like, since they were usually like 2 hours long, I could only fit like 2 or 3, maybe 4, maybe 4 to a tape. So
Yeah.
like, that's what I would literally do. That was my Saturday. Like I'd have to make sure to wake up early before 10 o'clock, because that's when they were the reruns, and then make sure to tape it. But the problem was that was actually near the end of their run. So it was like a year after I started doing that, the show just went off the air completely.
I
Aww.
never saw the show when it was on the air. I never even heard of it till I started spending time on the internet.
That's why I know a lot of people like they haven't like found the show. They haven't
I started to notice it on Netflix because they kept recommending it, and then I was like, what is this Mystery Science Theater thing? That looks like some kind of cheesy, campy, B-grade sci-fi movie thing.
And it is.
And then I looked, and it's a bunch of guys making fun of cheesy, campy, B-grade sci-fi movie things.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And I think she asked me about it once. I'm like, you have to watch that.
You do.
Yeah.
You
It's the best thing in the movie. He looked like Barrett Wallace. So it's nice to see how Barrett's parents met.
He's racist against somebody, but we're not quite sure.
Not quite sure who.
Yeah.
I think he was supposed to look like a bloated Keith David. I'm thinking, but I'm not sure.
I can see that.
I like to think that he was intentionally made to look like Barrett Wallace. Yeah. I think that's it for this week. Next week we are seeing Warm Bodies. So on Tuesday, Kiana and I are going to go see John Dies at the End, and we might do a video for that one. Actually, we probably will, because I'm going to have to gush.
We're probably going to have to find a place that plays it, see if we can.
Yeah. Well, Kiana will find it on Tuesday, and I'll let you know where we went.
Maybe not this Tuesday. Maybe next Tuesday.
Okay, it's probably tournament.
Alright, so that's next week with the zombie romance movie that's probably gonna suck. So, see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
No, when did I dance? The dance was to know when to cut the video.